Well, there's 4 tips that I would like to share with entrepreneurs to be successful at negotiating. There's many, you can read lots of books on negotiating, but these 4, I think, if you only do these 4, you'll probably be in pretty good shape. One is know who you're going up against. If you watch a show like Pawn Stars, for instance, reality TV show, it's obviously based on entertainment value more than it is education value, but you can learn a lot from that show of what not to do. For instance, these folks walk in with items that they have no idea of what the value is, and they're negotiating against an expert. And they're out of their league, and they often don't get a good price for their products. Think in terms of an entrepreneur that's negotiating against a venture capitalist. Venture capitalists do a lot of deals. I know between myself and my partner, we've probably funded 50 companies and probably done 100 different transactions. The average entrepreneur might do a dozen in their lifetime if they're very active, and they probably do half a dozen more likely. So understand that and get the right people on your team. Take your junior varsity team up to the varsity level by getting the right accountants, get the right lawyers involved so that you can go toe-to-toe with these professional negotiators. Knowledge is power, always in a negotiation. Know more than the other side. Walk in knowing more about their position than they think they know, and your chances of getting a mutually advantageous outcome will go up tremendously. Again, most negotiations aren't about winning or losing. It's about truly finding the outcome that makes the most sense for the other party and makes the most sense for you. And you're going to be in a better position to do that if you have more knowledge about your adversary. Always know what your best alternative is. I mean, you read this in every book, but it's in every book for a reason. Your best alternative to a negotiated agreement is extremely important to understand. And if you're not willing to walk away, you're not going to get the best deal, period. Again, if you go back to the Pawn Stars TV show, they never walk away. The person's there to sell it, they want the money, they need the money for something, and because of that, they don't really have an alternative. Their alternative is to just take whatever they're given. And entrepreneurs, we can't afford to do that. And lastly, be creative around the sticking points. In most deals, it's price. In most deals, it's dollars and cents. That's where people are going to disagree. I want to pay more, you want to pay less. How can we figure that out? The creative entrepreneur, the great negotiator, figures out how can I close that bid-ask spread? Because there usually is a big bid-ask spread. And sometimes it can be deal terms that are free or nearly free for you to give away, but valuable to the other party. If you've done your research and you have that knowledge, you can go into that negotiation and start playing with the pieces on the chessboard that aren't just price. But if you battle on price, you're probably not going to end up with a great relationship after the negotiation is completed. Again, going back to Pawn Stars, an example might be you walk in with a vintage guitar and you just can't come to terms on the price. Maybe what you would say to the professional negotiator is, hey, look, it seems like we're kind of far in price. Why don't I consign this guitar with you and then we'll split whatever I get for it. That way you're comfortable, you're getting a fair price, and if the Pawn Star guy is a fair gentleman, then he'll probably accept that because it is a fair alternative.